Hello there everyone, my name is Crazy Caleb, and welcome to the Missing Letter. This module is pretty straightforward. We have a 5x5 grid on it with sort of like a grayish background, and it's got 7 tiles on the top that are black, smaller tiles, keep in mind. And based off of the title of this module, it's essentially what you're going to be doing, is you're going to be finding a missing letter. Now, what exactly are we going to be doing with this missing letter? First things first, let's actually find it. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, E. You've got to be kidding me. But wait, we ended at O. So essentially what our goal is, we're going to be figuring out how to spell a word based off of a series of different calculations. This is actually a pretty straightforward module. So O, N, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. Oh, it happens to be Z. Okay. So our missing letter is a Zulu, which we're going to take a look at right here. So let's take a look here. So, what exactly is our goal with this module? Our goal here is to figure out which is to figure out a word to spell based off of our missing letter, which is going to be located in this specific section. So it's going to be one of these 5 letters. One thing to keep in mind is that every single word will have a unique character in it. You will never be using duplicate characters, and you will never be using the missing letter, obviously. So let's get right into this. So we have a series of different ways that these calculations are sort of encoded in a way, which are represented by each of these letters down at the bottom here. We have the potential of batteries, battery holders, ports, port plates, indicators, lit and unlit indicators, the serial number characters, and this new sort of way of reading this actual grid here is going to be a hash, the alphabetic position of the hash of letter on the module in the column in reading order. So this is essentially what we're going to be doing here. So we're going to be, and the way that this wants you to read it is it wants you to read it like this. It wants you to read it like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, like this. I, M, X, P, G, V, E, W, O, J, and that's essentially what we're going to be doing here. And it's sort of weird how it converts it. A19 is going to essentially be the 19th position, so that's going to be 5, 10, 15, 19, which would be that Quebec. However, in this case, we're looking at A1 times A5, and we're going to be using the alphabetic position, and note that it is going to be A1 Z26, like it normally would be, and let's do that. So A1 times A5 is going to be A9, which is India, times this by A5, which is going to be a Golf, which is going to be a 7. Pop that into our handy-dandy calculator. 9 times 7 is going to be a 63. Now, what exactly do we do with this number? Because obviously, it's not in the range of 1 through 5 down here. So taking a look here, we're going to take this number's absolute value if it happens to be negative, which there is the possibility of it being negative, and we're going to modulo it by 5. So let's do that first. So subtract 5 until it's lower than 5, like so, and then we're going to add 1 to it. So we're going to add 1, which is going to be a 4. So now let's scroll on down. We would highlight the missing letter section, which is the Zulu, and we're simply going to take a look at the 4th word. In this case is a doctor, and now what we're going to do is we're going to select each of these individual tiles, and once we select the first one, it'll go black on the 5x5 grid, and it'll pop up in one of these 7 tiles up top. And it'll actually pop up from left to right. So we're going to do A, D, O, P, T, E, and if you happen to typo at all, if you happen to hit, like, for example, F by mistake,
Not it, I'm afraid.
all of the letters will go back to their initial positions of which they were on the module, but nothing changes. So we're just simply going to spell it again, A, D, O, P, T, E, and finally R. And once everything's in place, all the letters disappear, and the word is left for you on the top, and just like that is a solved module. Let's go over one more example. This module is as straightforward as it seems. Just keep in mind that it is modulo 5 and then add 1. It's probably the part that tricks people up the most, but again, it's pretty straightforward. So let's pop up one final example. But probably the most important part is making sure that you understand how the alphabetic position and how the actual read is given in column reading order, because it's essentially the A column, then the B column, then the C column, and so on and so forth. That's the one catch with this module. It's not your normal reading order, that's for sure. So let's take a look at one last example. We have It looks like B is actually a missing character here. I can already see there is no B present, so that's going to be B. So let's take a look at B Bravo, Bravo position, and let's also highlight the missing letter down at the bottom. So the serial number in the 5th position, which is a Juliet, and it still wants you to use the alphanumeric positions. So it's going to be a 10, and we're going to multiply this by A23 minus the amount of battery holders we have present on the bottom. So A23 is going to be a hotel, because this is A25 right down here. So hotel is going to be 8. So 8 minus the amount of battery holders, which is 2. And then in that parentheses, that's going to equal to a 6. So we're going to do a 10 times 6, which is going to be 60. 60 modulating this by 5 is going to be 0, plus the 1 is going to be 1. And now we're going to take a look at the missing letter for Bravo, which is going to be a cigarette. So we're going to spell out cigarette on the module, so C-I-G-A-R-E, and finally T. And just like that is a solved module. As always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay crazy, stay cool, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.